Hello everyone, welcome to a league race. So it's been quite a while then, obviously since my last proper video really, and this is of course the first one in quite some time, and it's a pretty good race, so that's good to see. Of course, league race, well this time it was Apex Racing League, ARL, it's now Apex Online Racing, AOR, but it's all the same thing really, all the same competitors, so it should be a good one. And also, obviously we've got quite far behind as well with the league races, so there's also going to be a video every single day for the next few days until we catch up. I think there's something like 5 or 6 videos, so there'll be a lot of league races, a lot of video for you guys to watch, so it should be good. And yeah, there's definitely a good few races coming up, so look forward to that one. Just for this race then, I believe we are 10 points behind Ownage in the championship, so hoping to get that up, get that a bit closer to him rather. And of course now coming on to the qualifying lap then. This is the first lap of the session actually, so I didn't manage to improve after this lap, but we'll see how we get on then. So going up through the gears then, long pit straight, of course absolutely flat first corner. But of course get into my setup once we get to the race, you can see it then. Coming into the very tight right hander now. Is it Village? I don't really know, not going to lie. And pretty sweet there, managed to break it, not lock any wheels, get nice into the apex once again there. Very horrible corner, the car feels so horrible on there. It's really quite a long corner really. At low speed, your car's got no downforce, it's not pretty. Straight on the DRS then, using just over half my curves. Going to the end of the first sector, of course, because this was quite some time ago. I can't really remember what happened, and I can't really remember what a good time is. 0.6 first sector, I think that's okay, but I don't think it's anything particularly special. I've gone a little bit wide than I like there, but should be okay as long as I get a good exit. A little bit of wheel spin on the exit there, but not too bad. Again, a little bit of curves just to help me out that corner. Coming around now was, of course, the last, the old pit straight rather. Coming into now this corner, this is absolutely flat in qualifying on this game. You get a lot of downforce, do run a little bit wider than I like there, but it is wasn't a great line, so you can usually run that flat quite easily. As now this is all flat once again, flat, flat, flat. Keep it flat even through here if you can. I did just flick down a gear then. You can just about keep it flat if you get a particularly good line, but I didn't manage to quite get it perfect there. Breaking nice down into 4th gear, and DRS is wide open for the run to the end of the second sector, 1 minute 5.8. I think that's pretty good. Again, not really got a clue, and very long gear ratios you saw there, not really getting anywhere near the rev limiter. Coming out through this corner, pretty much nailed that. Could have gone taken a bit more speed through there, but it wasn't bad at all. Coming out into the final couple of corners, blast breaking point now to first, click the apex nicely, get on the throttle, take lots of curb now, floor it for the run to the line, keep the rear end in line. We come across the line now, what's the time? It's a 1 minute 28.72. Ownage has already gone fast in that 1 minute 28.2, so by half a second. So as I said, that was my best time unfortunately. Now look, I am a 10th and a half up on my previous time. This is my final run, and unfortunately some people have either quit or cut corners ahead, and you'll see now getting a pretty sweet line through there, and there's a car going very, very slowly, not being controlled by the player. That was controlled by the AI, so that definitely cost me some time. And once again, there another car did the exact same thing in his dirty air, can't get on the throttle, he's right in the way, and I just managed to avoid him there on the exit. But unfortunately, that was a 0.8 that lap, so slightly slower, which means I'll start with slightly more one tyres, but still second place though, but 6.5 tenths off Ownage. Managed to find another couple of tenths, so this is his track definitely. I was not expecting a win here at all. I was hoping for second, might even be third, because I know I'm not that strong at this track. But hopefully I'll be able to recover some good results later in the season. But yeah, this is definitely Onage's track. So setup then, again, I'm not going to go through it too much. And that's pretty much what I use now as well. It's not been changed too much, so I'm not at too much of a disadvantage from a setup point of view. Gear ratios are the main thing that's wrong. I'll go through that in a second. But start on options, of course, is what I just qualified on. 2 sets of primes then, going for 2 stop laps, 6 and 16, so 10 laps on the primes. And I'm actually going to go with aggressive fuel then, so I won't start with very much fuel. So quickly then, just touch on the gear ratios. Yes, so the very long gear ratios, I thought at this time that they didn't make a difference. I will do a setup video at some point. I thought the gear ratios didn't actually make a difference to the speed, but it does definitely. If you get shorter gear ratios, you do get better top end. So if I shortened my 7th gear then, I would have got better top speed at the end of that back straight, but it didn't quite work out like that. So, as I said, I will make a setup video to explain all that properly, but now we are on the grid, of course, 4 lights, 5 lights for Ownage just to our left then, so hopefully we can get a good start and jump in when they're out now then, so straight to Rich. We're already on Rich, of course, trying to minimise wheel spin, doing a pretty good job of it, bit of wheel spin in second, but now a bit of curves. It looks like Raiden's having a look from the outside, but I don't imagine he'll be able to get anywhere near me there. A little bit of an ease on the apex, so I'm in Onage's dirty air, and now it's, of course, turned to slipstream. We have a look at the inside of him here, braking very late, later than him, just up his inside here. He squeezes me a bit, well, he doesn't squeeze me, just in the way, and unfortunately that's allowed Granu to have a little sneak at the inside. He's pushed me a little bit, I think. Don't really know if I seem to recall he was pushing me a little bit. I've just about managed to stay ahead of him though. So now in the slipstream of Ownage then, got half my curves left as well, so saving nice lots of curves. And gaining on him quite a bit in the slipstream here. Not a great overtake of course, but definitely getting me close to him, so that's going to help. He's run a little bit wide there, and look how close I am to him now then, to have a look, going to have a look at the inside again, and I get a massive lag freeze. So that's put me there just behind Granu, and there's also a Lotus who's ghosted up the inside, and that's, I call him Daz, some people call him Daisy, I'm calling him Daz. And unfortunately, that's just cost me 2 positions. So I do not very occasionally, I do occasionally get them as I'm right behind Daz now then. And looks like he managed to just about defend that position, couldn't do a lot there. Just so close to him, and I'm going to have a look now, hopefully on this next straight. He's not got quite a good as line on me, so I should be getting on throttle early, which I can. He's running a little wide. They're going to go to Rich, who's all my curves in his slipstream, now going to pop out. And we're going to get it right up into brand new slipstream here, and hopefully be able to pull past Daz. We're just about pulling ahead of him now. Going to brake, and he's just giving me a push there, locked my inside wheel, and that's pushed me wide, unfortunately. And really a racing instant there, so unfortunately that's left me behind then, back into 4th place. I was challenging Ownage, of course, but now I'm right back here, so I know my race pace will be better than my quali pace. I won't be 6/10 off a lap off Ownage through the whole race. I could have done with not losing those positions. So yeah, I do occasionally get those lag freezes when the screen just freezes for it's usually about 7/10 screen forwards. Daz has gone completely wide there though, completely wide straight off the track, and that's gifted me that position. So I'm to 3rd place now, so just need to concentrate on Granu, keep him nice and close to him, and need to get the move done as soon as I possibly can, because Ownage will be pulling away all this time. So yeah, I do occasionally get lag freezes. It's something to do with Steam. I notice sometimes if I accidentally take a screenshot and I get a Steam notification saying I've done so, it lags. Sometimes when I get an invite and I get a Steam notification saying it's done, I've done so, it lags. So it's definitely something to do with Steam, but I've not quite worked out fully what it is. But it's very frustrating, particularly in times like that when I've just lost 2 positions because of it, and I was having a look at Ownage. 7/10 isn't really a huge deal in the grand scheme of things. Usually, it won't usually affect the race result, but it can affect the result if you obviously lose a position like I've done here, and of course this also means now I'm losing time to Ownage all this while, so it's going to lose me a good few seconds. So it's not just the 7/10 I lost with the lag freeze, of course, a little right up in his dirty air, not got a lot of front end grip. And I think I was running 4-1 wings, I seem to recall, so low rear wings, but a little bit of front just to help me with a bit of bite in the corners, and using the rest of my curves now then. So right in his slipstream, I'm going to be close to him, but not close enough by the looks of it. I will have a look at the inside here, but no, he's wide to that. He's a good racer, he's Granu. I knew that wasn't really going to work, that was a scare tactic. He just turned in, pretended I wasn't there. But I'm now close to him, then he's far further back from Ownage as well, which will mean he won't get as much slipstream down the straights. You see the tyres are already pretty worn then, so lap 6 we're pitting, of course, the tyre wear is very high at Silverstone. So already on lap 3, and then you can already see visible wear on the tyres on the right hand side there in the graphic. It's come through the first corner now, still nice and close to Granu head. Ownage is a 31.9, while I do a 32.5, so 6/10 I've lost on the last lap. A lot inside wheel bit, that pushes me wide, and I will get DRS, but I doubt I'll be close enough now to be able to get past him, because I locked my tyre there. And I'm not using any curves. I expect I'll save all of my curves for the next back straight, which is usually really useful, and I'm not going to bother going in slipstream there, it's too far over. And 6/10 back, so I definitely lost time overall with that lock up there, unfortunately. So I think he tends to take that line, he takes a nice wide line that gets nicely back into his apex just on the exit to get his foot down hard, so he had a better exit than me there. It's quite a good line through there, I tend to keep it tight. It's interesting the different lines here. Just concentrating on him, I'm a little way back, but I've got all of his curves, so it definitely helped me a lot through the back straights. I've gone a little bit wide there, it's definitely cost me, but look at this, right in a slipstream, then gaining on him. You can see visually closing him down, and try and keep it flat. We'll have to brake here during the race at least, down to 5th, and look at this, nice and close to him now. I should hopefully be able to get him on throttle nice and early, going to Rich, and I'm going to use all of my curves, got DRS as well of course, and this should hopefully be nice and easy. Lots of slipstream going to go on his outside now then. And there we go, that was already faster than my speed I was in qualifying down through there. He's still close behind me, but should be far back enough to not have a go at me, and he is indeed. Stick to my normal racing line, brake nice and late, and there we go, move properly done now. So yes, that top speed down that straight was actually already more than it was in qualifying. I hit just 200 miles an hour, and that was 202 I think it was into that straight with lots of slipstream and DRS. So that's why I run long gear ratios, because towards the end of the race when we're lighter on fuel, and we've got DRS, and we've got curves, and we've got slipstream, I should be able to hit the thread limiter. That's why I like to run longer gear ratios. But like I said, I wasn't aware it was costing me time at this point, so that's definitely some of the deficit. I would say it's at least a few tenths in quality to Ownage, but I don't think I could have done that lap anyway. He's very, very strong in Silverstone, as I said. So what's the gap to Ownage now then? It is 2.5 seconds, so despite being right up behind him before I had my lag, it's now effectively cost me, call it 2 seconds. So 7/10 worth of lag, and it's cost me a second and a half since then, and I cleared them, well, relatively quickly. It wasn't that quick of course, but it was quick enough really, as quick as I could have hoped really. But now just concentrate on hopefully not letting Ownage pull out the gap. I'm not going to bother trying to close him down, but the one thing I am usually better at Ownage at, particularly on tracks like this, is tyre wear. Ownage likes to push it to the absolute limit, as I stayed in 6th there. Ownage likes to push it to the absolute limit and just really push every lap. He's eased that off this year definitely because of the tyre wear, but that is his style, so he struggles with tyre wear. And fortunately for me, that is not my style, so my tyre wear is usually better than his. So at this point, particularly the front left, so if you see through that corner, it's not too bad for that corner actually, but particularly through the, I'll show you in a minute, the first corner in the, I think it's the second sector, the second corner, sorry, in the second sector, I'm particularly easy on the tyres as we come across the line now. And still 2.7 seconds, so I've not lost too much more time to Ownage there, which is good. We'll skip ahead just one lap then to the third sector. I'll have to show you that corner in a minute. And still 2.5 seconds, so I've managed to maintain the gap, which is, I know it's only one lap, but that's still a bit of an achievement, like I say, considering he was 6.5 tenths, wasn't it, quicker than me in quali. So he's also pitted, so I'm going to pit as well. I'm going to follow him in. And I think at this point, if I recall, this is quite some time ago now, a good few months ago I think this was. If I recall, I think I was going to follow him if he was going to pit. If he wasn't going to pit, I was going to stay out, so I was going to copy Ownage, but he decided to pit, so I pit as well. I can't be letting him undercut me. So now I put on a set of prime tyres, and we're away then to the standard 3-second stop. And just also away then. So I don't expect the time will be any different, but it will still be 2.5 seconds. Hopefully no one gets between us on the track there. Let's have a look at the mini-map. It looks like there is someone coming down the pit straight, but we should be okay. There shouldn't be anyone between us. And no, we will be okay. There will be no one between us. Does that sound like it almost wasn't on full throttle then, wasn't it? But I think it was. So, I wonder what the gap is now then. I expect it'll be the same. And I'm usually better at the outlaps than Ownage a little bit. Again, this is all maybe a tenth or two I'm talking here. But it's like I say, the tyre wear is what I'm concentrating on. I've just really got to be careful. The outlap I'm not careful because I'm just trying to warm the tyres up. But after that I will be a bit more careful. So that is going to be my advantage to Ownage towards the end of the stints. I should hopefully better close the gap down a little bit. I'm hoping to maintain the gap at the beginning of the stint and closing him down at the end. So 2.4 seconds, so again maybe a tenth on him, but not a lot at all. So this corner is the corner I was talking about. Really got to keep it easy on the left there because it's so long, the tyre just starts to overheat, and it's easy to understeer through there even a little bit. That overheats the tyre even more. The tyre is warm, and once again through this next corner it will heat up even more. Turning too early there, end up all over the grass. But yeah, from this point onwards it's not a worry that corner because it's pretty much flat. As only just getting held up there luckily by someone ahead. Not sure who that car was, but it's all going to help me. We're going to get DRS there, which will probably negate anything he just lost. Let's have a look. I don't get DRS. It is now 1.8 seconds. That's technically some Smuffler, but he's right with Ownage, so that's cost Ownage half a second. It's allowed me to close him down just a little bit, and hopefully I won't suffer the same fate and I can clear Smuffler nice and quickly. He's still out. I don't know what tyres he's on. He's in primes, so he must have started on primes. So of course we're on brand new prime tyres. We're going to be a lot faster than him. I'm just going to clear him as quickly as I can. Already nice and close. Already within DRS, I expect. Well, it says 2.2, but that's not right. That must have been 2 fake ghosts in the pits, I think. And, just look at this, nice and close to him now. As I have a little look at the inside and brake much later than him and dive up the inside and managed to make that move work. That was a sweet move there, just very late on the brakes and managed to pull the move off nicely. Almost to perfection, ran a little bit deeper than I could have done, but that was good enough. And I now also get DRS as a bonus down his back straight. And there we go, so already cleared him then. So what's the gap now to Ownage? Now we've both cleared him, 2.2, so overall again 3 tenths in that little squabble that we had with Smuffler. So this corner, I'm just trying to be a little bit careful on the tyres, particularly on the exit there. You saw straighten the wheel up nice and early. Just being a little bit cautious, not too much so. I would say it probably cost me a tenth, maybe 2 a lap to be a little bit cautious with the front left. But it's worth it because I can gain more than that towards the end of the stint if my tyres aren't so dead. For example, if Ownage's tyres go off literally half a lap before mine, and he pits at that lap, so he's got half a lap of dead tyres and I haven't, that will allow me to gain, I'd imagine, at least a second if his tyres are properly gone, so it's a lot of time. And that's just half a lap, of course, hopefully it'll be a bit more than that. 2.1 still to Ownage then, I'm doing purple sector, so hopefully I'll be able to get a fastest lap of the race. That'll be good, as I've run very wide there though, all the way off the track. I think it eased me off the throttle there as well. Don't want to be doing that, that was very, very wide. I'm now obviously pushing to try and keep the gap to Ownage. See me all over the curbs, lots of boost on the exit, just trying to keep the gap there. Trying to stay with him, and that isn't a purple, so Ownage must have done a purple instead. And again, we missed the gap there. There's a false gap as we skip a few laps ahead now then to lap 9. So I think that's only maybe a lap, maybe 2 laps, so not far ahead. 3.1, so he's managed to pull that gap out just a little bit by sort of half a second or so. So some I've not quite managed to hold the gap, but like I said, I'm taking it easy on the tyres. And coming to 5 seconds. It looks like he's ran wide. Yes, he is. He's off the track, so he's ran wide. This has cost him lots of time. Look at this. Am I going to be getting past him? Looks like he might have got good enough on the throttle there, so I'm not going to be able to pass him on this straight. But look at this. Just 3 tenths of a second between me and Ownage now. What a difference. So that one mistake, I think he must have locked his tyre. That one mistake has allowed me to pull right up to him. I'm going to have a look at the inside here, but I'm not going to risk diving up there. I will get DRS. And he's gone a little bit wide there, so I'm going to have a look up the inside here. That's the usual race line he took there, but it leaves you very open to someone diving up the inside, and not going to make the move stick, but that's okay. I delayed Ownage, that's what I really wanted to do. I'm now going to get DRS and lots of slipstream, not using any curves, so I'm going to save all of that for the back straight. And look at this, nice and close now. As he always takes a wide line than me there, interestingly. So I've gone over the curve a little bit there. Have a look at the inside now again. He's gone a little bit wider, left me a little bit of gap. Yes, please, I'll have some of that. Straight up the inside on the rubbered in line there, and he's on the outside. I'm just going to use a bit of curves actually. I was going to let him go once again, but he didn't get that much better exit than me, so I'm using rich and curves, well, a little bit. I've already used, so now into this corner, and he backs out of it, so that gives me the position there. Plenty of room left on the outside there. He didn't need the end, he backed out too much. And there we go, move done then, but he's very close behind me, so I just need to make sure I make no mistakes. I think I'm still on rich. Of course, he'd be my dirty air through here, so yes, he's already fallen back to me. Got all of this curves to use, and that is the position done. So I'm now, once everyone's pitted effectively, I am now leading this race. There's only a few cars left ahead. Just 4 tenths between me and Ownage though, so just need to make sure I try and stay consistent, don't make any mistakes. So now I really am going to be careful on tyres. That's my teammate ahead, Roman. Hopefully he gets nicely out of my way. Looks like he might have ran a bit wide there. Not so bad as Ownage, but looks like he did a similar sort of thing. And what's the gap? Again, we've got a gap to pass in the pits. I'm now officially P2, will be P1 very soon once I overtake my teammate. Hopefully he lets me pass, ran a little bit wide there. Hopefully he lets me pass nice and easily, and I get DRS, but not Ownage. Hopefully he'll hold Ownage up, so I've locked my tyre slightly there, just pushes me a little bit wide. That's me just trying to get DRS on Romian ahead. And I will get DRS, I'll be surprised if I don't. I don't want to use any curves again, don't really want to waste it. I've used a tiny bit there on the exit. And I do get DRS, but don't manage to get close enough to Roman to make the move. He's ran a little bit wide there. I don't know if he's let me through, but he's definitely ran wide. And I'll have that position, thank you. And I've accidentally flipped onto first there, that wasn't me. I've got a bit of a faulty wheel on the downshift. Sometimes it randomly flips me down a gear, and you will see that as evidence in a later race. But it flipped me to first there. Cost me a little bit of time, luckily not too much, but only just managed to get straight past as well. So we're both through now, but I've managed to dispatch him cleanly, and only just a little way back now. So like I said, all be about saving the tyres now, because if my tyres go off first, he'll be able to overtake me nice and easily. Now I'm ahead, I can manage the gap. If I can go a bit slower, save the tyres, while only just trying to push behind me, that would definitely be a big advantage, because now I don't need to push to stay with him. He's already behind me, so just 7 tenths between us then, but again, that's enough. He's not really anywhere near me, is he, down the straights? He had DRS down that straight, and he wasn't able to get anywhere near me, so I think he might be running higher wing. So braking now very late, just missed my apex slightly, but it's not the end of the world. It's lap 11 now, coming to the start-finish line. What is the gap to Ownage? It is now 6 tenths into Ownage, so maintaining the gap roughly around there as we now skip ahead to lap 15. And we were of course due to pit on lap 16. You can see the tyres there are quite worn. He's 1.5 seconds back from me now then. So I think his tyres must be starting to go off as Kifler unfortunately disconnects there. His tyres must be starting to go off, and I think I elect to pit on this lap, do I? I do indeed. So rather than let Ownage undercut me, I decided to pit on this lap 1 lap early, because I know my tyre will be better than his anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. So either way, I'd have won there. If I'd have undercut Ownage, I would have gained a good few seconds, and that should have been seen me to the finish. But if he follows me like he did, my tyre wear should be better, and I shouldn't have too much worries, and I should hopefully be able to come back ahead of him if I have a good stop. I do indeed, 3 seconds stop. That puts me there's Ownage just ahead of him, look, as he pulls out now. And again, probably still about 1.5 seconds or so. And nice ahead of him then. So there is a couple of cars going through now then. I expect they're yet to make their final pit stop though, so not too worried about that for now. And, does anyone get between us? I doubt there will. There's someone coming down the pit straight now, but I'll be surprised if they get between us. No, they're going to be too far back. We're going to move up, of course. So there we go then. That's the final pit stops dealt with. And I am effectively in the lead of this race, 6th at the moment, because people are yet to pit ahead of Ownage then. So this will be a big deal if I can manage to win this race from Ownage. As I said, this is Onage's favourite track. This is his best track. He is absolutely pro at this track. He really is very, very good. Just evidenced by the 6 tenths up on me in quali. And at this point, I think I was playing a bit of iRacing and I wasn't concentrating on the game. I was practicing, but I wasn't. I found that if I play other racing games, I definitely compromise my speed. I think this was the point, really, that I started to notice that I was playing iRacing, and even though I felt like I was quick, just Ownage was just that much quicker. You need to practice. You need to practice quite a bit. You need to be so fine-tuned with this game to get anywhere near Ownage. He's such a quick guy. So yeah, so 6.5 tenths. That's so much time. Like I said, he is an absolute master at Silverstone. So if I can beat him with this track, that is an absolute well, it'll be a miracle, really. Like I said, this is definitely not my track. This is Onage's track, so it'd be good things for the championship if I can do so. You can see me pushing now while the tyres are just starting to warm up. Just pushing to try and keep the gap to Ownage. That's what I'm trying to do now, keep him out of my DRS. Of course, he's in my DRS zone the whole time after I overtook him in the last stint. So now just trying to keep him out of my DRS zone. Really pushing to try and make that reality. Zephyr ahead, 3.7 seconds by the looks of it. I didn't get an absolute gap to Ownage, unfortunately, because a couple of people were in the pits. Up to 4th now, so 2 people pit. We've got 3 more people ahead yet to pit. And that should give me the lead of the race, of course. Trying to get on the throttle now, wiggling the wheel all over the shop. So again, I'm just pushing now. You can see like there with my wheel wiggling, just really pushing to try and keep the gap to Ownage. I feel like it's an impossible task, but if I can say hold him off for 5 laps, I think his tyres will start to go off then, and I should be okay. 1.2 seconds, he's already closed me down, and it is indeed Zephyr ahead, only 1.9 seconds now then, so hopefully I'll be able to just sneak DRS coming down the back straight. That's what I want, but it's going to be a big challenge since getting 9/10 of him, and there's only really this corner left to go. Hopefully he's not flat through here, but I definitely am. It's going to be close. I might just about be able to sneak DRS on him, you know. Yeah, see, I went to Rich there just to try and get it, and I think I might have done it. Getting this to help me get away from Ownage a little bit. Look all this curse I've got as well. I'm going to go to Rich as well, and I do indeed get DRS. That's definitely help in the slipstream nicely. Let's see if I get into river limiter. I don't. Imagine no, but look, 5 miles an hour faster than I was in quali, so big difference there. That nice clean move on Zephyr there, and he pits, does he? No, don't think he does. He was just taking a different line to me. Maybe I was taking a defensive line. So nice and easy dispatched off there. Zephyr didn't really cost me any time behind him, but hopefully now he'll cost Ownage time. That would be lovely. I've done a fast lap race of 30.1. Does Ownage beat that? About to find out. Well, I'm going to hope that, like I said, Zephyr cost him some time. And Ownage does indeed beat that by half a tenth. So he is faster than me, not by a lot. And I did get DRS on the lap as well, and Ownage didn't. So yes, confirmation there, he is definitely faster than me. And he's been held up just a little bit though by Zephyr behind. I think he's already passed with DRS, so what is the gap going to be at the end of this sector? We're about to find out. There's the sector line. Gap is 1.8 seconds. I've managed to gain overall. He's definitely lost time through there. Lost 6/10 overall with Zephyr. So that's helped me a lot. That's Jack first, just ahead there, 3.9 seconds. So quite a way ahead. And someone else in the lead there, 2. So just 2 more cars then to dispatch off for the lead of the race. I'm pacing at 26, so there's a good few laps left to go. As I said, the pressure's definitely on. Ownage can do this for sure. There's no doubt in that. He is faster than me. I've just got to try and hold him off before his tyres go off, because if he catches me and has DRS, I think he'll be able to get past me because he is just faster. Then I'll be relying on his tyres going off towards the end of the race. But if I can stay ahead, then once his tyres start to go off, I think I'll be safe because my tyres will be less worn. 2 seconds out to Ownage, so I've actually managed to pull out a bit of a gap through that sector, which is pretty rare. But I imagine that won't hold up for long. There's 2 cars ahead pit then, which does give me the lead of the race, of course. Back into the lead, and this is now officially a fight for P1 in the race. So really just pushing now, trying to conservatise a little bit more concerned about pushing. You see the front left's pretty worn, as we don't get gaps to Ownage there again because people in the pits. At 21 now, or 22 now out of 26, so a couple of laps later, see the tyres are starting to wear. And what's the gap to Ownage? 6/10 of a second, so he's managed to close it right down, and he will now definitely get DRS on me this lap, and it will be very, very close indeed. So now, I'm concentrating on keeping it tidy. He's got DRS, he's achieved his goal of closing me down. Pushing isn't going to help, I'm not going to pull away from him, I don't think, unless his tyres go off. So just pushing, not pushing well, just trying to keep it all straight now, and he's very quick there. He must use lots of curves late on. I had to dive there to the inside, and he's going to have a pop run outside, and he's back down there. He's going to cut back under me here though. I'm going to keep a nice tight line, not let him cut under me here. Push him, not push him, but leave him, hang him out to dry on the outside there. He wasn't on the rubbered in line. Taking a longer road on that there, of course. And he's having a little look now again, as I'm on -1 of fuel, but that's not what I'm worried about just yet. He's all over my back end. He's having a look at me, as I've gone in a little bit deep there, but luckily he's not able to get at me. He's going to have a little look up the inside. I'm going to leave him space, but that's not an overtaking place. I'll be past him out now, and I am indeed. He there took a wacky line to try and, I think, probably scare me off the track, which didn't work. That's cost him a lot of time, and I think that might have been his only opportunity. As I said, his tyres will now start to go off. I knew I had up until his tyres went off to be worried, and he's now 8/10. Hopefully he's now got not enough tyres left to be able to challenge me again, and I should hopefully be able to drive to the finish. 22 or 26 then, there's only a few laps left to go. for the win in this race. As I said, it will be a big victory over Ownage. This is his favourite track. He practices a lot. He loves this track. He's very quick. If I can beat him, it'll be a miracle. And 8/10 is still. So we now skip ahead to lap 26. Then so this is the final lap of the race. And look at the mini-map. Ownage has completely fallen off me. As I said, there's the tyre wear. 3.7. So I made him push like hell to try and catch me up, which of course he did. He had that one pop at me, but because he pushed so hard, his tyres were just completely gone. And now they really are completely gone. 3.7 seconds, so I'm just able to cruise at home now. My tyres are okay, and that's what I was hoping for it to happen. As I said, I was hoping for him to cruise up to the back of me and then not have any tyres left, which is exactly what happened. He had one chance, I defended it well, and that was it. So what's the gap now? It was 3.7 across the start finish line. It is now 4.2, so half a second in the first sector. So he's lost a lot of time. I expect it'll be even more in this sector because the front left is the tyre that goes off. And you saw me struggling to grip there as well, and I've used a bit of lean and stuff to get my fuel back. Dropped the ball, so it's now just a case of driving to the finish. Onage's tyres are gone. Only I can stop me from winning this race, and very wide there. That's just how badly these tyres have gone off. Front left is not healthy at all, but Ownage will be even worse than me for sure. So hopefully I'll be okay. What was it? It's 4.2, wasn't it? At the beginning of the second sector. At the end of the second sector, it is going to be, well, I'll cross the line now, but we've got to wait, of course. 8/10 I've lost on this lap. I'll wait for Ownage to cross the line. It's 5.3, so he's lost a second to me in that middle sector. So there we go, his tyres are completely gone. Don't get me wrong, he's not pushing either, of course, he's just cruising it home now. He's not worried about the pace at all. Oh, as I lock me inside tyre, that pushes me wide for the final couple of corners. Pretty much my only mistake all race. What a time to make it when Ownage has already fallen off the back of me, and I cross the line now to take the victory at Silverstone from Ownage. Absolutely, that's a miracle win there over Ownage. My fast lap was only 2/10 slower than him in the end, so a lot less than quality. 7.1 seconds as we crossed the line then, so quite a big gap. So I managed to beat him, and that's what it does to the championship then. So back to within 3 points of Ownage now then, and we are still alternating wins. So he's won the first one, I've won one, he's won one, I've won one. So there's only been 4 races, but we've won 2 apiece. And the only difference is my 1 third place there in Spain, where of course I got beaten by Fat first there through a bad strategy. So just 3 points back in it now then. I am absolutely chuffed to have won that race. Cannot believe I've managed to do it. Germany next, which I feel like I'm strong at, so hopefully I can get a win there, and hopefully I can pull ahead of him for the first time in this championship for season 7. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.